The murder rate in America surged by 11% this year, the highest jump in half a century. This cycle of violence has strongly influenced this election cycle.
In Chicago, they've had thousands of shootings, thousands.
We cannot just say law and order. We have to come forward with a plan.
We wanted to see one of the neighborhoods hardest hit by homicides, Austin, Chicago, and find out what might stop the cycle of violence. So you have a nickname in the neighborhood?
The Prince of Austin.
The Prince of Austin.
Yeah. There's a lot of these in the community.
So these are buildings that are just utterly abandoned. Abandoned for just years.
For years. If I take a brick out that wall every day, eventually that wall is going to collapse. And that's what's happening to my community. I worry about the safety of my kids and the rest of the kids in the community as well.
Yeah, I see like a lot of people posting about guns and all the killing, and it's like real sad how they do.
The childhood they're having.
Right.
Different?
Yes. They got weaponry now where they got guns with 100-round clips that's easy accessible. And I don't think that no one that live in any urban area should have assault rifles.
So you grew up here in this neighborhood?
Yeah, I grew up in this community right here. In 1984, I went to prison for 27 years.
27 years?
27 years and 9 months.
And why'd you go?
Murder. So I was a major part in the destruction of my community. So now my fight is to be part of the reconstruction. We high in everything but resources. We have the highest murder rates, we have the highest dropout rates, the highest unemployment. Poverty is the root to all of this here in this community.
But there's one extraordinary program that's trying to change it.
Put the neighbor back in the hood.
I like it.
Yeah.
Adam Alonso is the director of BUILD, a program that keeps kids away from violence and gangs on the streets.
BUILD has planted itself here now for the last 4 years, really trying to help change the trajectory of the community and for our young people and families, housing stability, jobs creation, so that all exists here. So the corner here is pretty tricky. I don't want to get too much closer to it just because you bring a camera up to a corner that's an active corner. I don't want there to be anything else that could happen.
Sure.
A lot of the guys who do this work with us have been there and done that. So they've lived that life. They're in the right position to say, you know what? Let me tell you what prison's really like. Some of the young people who are here, if you hear their story, you're not going to believe that this is the same young person you're talking to.
Before I came here, I was in the gang, I ain't gonna lie, like, selling drugs, all that. Like, I ain't want to listen to nobody. And then, like, soon I came here, like, all that changed.
And a lot of times, like, say if a youth has been living here since he's been 10 years old and he's grown up in the neighborhood, a lot of times the gang is here just because that's what he's been around, is what he will associate himself with.
Yeah.
And if the candidates were here, what would you tell them?
There's too many people down. That's why I moved out, because I don't want to die personally, you feel me? That's why I moved out. My cousin's funeral, he just got shot up. There's too much going on.
Trump and Hillary, you've kind of heard their words in the news. Who are you leaning toward and why?
I mean, this is going to be my first year to vote, but from the first debate they have, I'm leaning more to Hillary.
So you're watching these debates?
I watch them, and actually I just watched a rerun earlier.
You watched it twice?
I watched it twice.
Wow!
Oh, I feel like a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to vote. One vote doesn't matter. Every vote matters. Even that one vote matters.
And what do you say to politicians like Donald Trump who say these communities are absolutely shattered?
I tell Donald Trump to put some of that money that he didn't give to pay his taxes and pay so we can have the resources in my community so we can drive like the rest of the communities in America do. A majority of the kids in this community come to us because we all they have in the South Austin is BUILD. There's nothing else over here but BUILD. We have resources where we can offer them opportunities other than gang banging. And I'm not a religious person, but I believe if you do the right things happen.
Yeah,
and
you've done just amazing things here.
And we do a tremendous job in the Austin community. I mean, I'm from this community, so I can say wholeheartedly that BUILD has been a godsend to us in Austin.